Are you having trouble keeping squirrels off your bird feeders?
If you have a bird feeder in your yard, you've probably had squirrels try to eat from it. Squirrels are smart, bold, and relentless when it comes to searching for food and will go to great lengths to get what they want.
A study highlighted by Manga Bay shows that almost half of all the animal species on this planet are decreasing in population. That number is around 48%, and only 3% are showing an increase in population. And now, an issue that follows this is called conservation bias. Conservation bias comes from when there's a disproportionate amount of funding towards the lovable animals rather than those that we consider boring. Now, according to Imperial Bioscience Review, most Americans do find that discriminating against uglier animals is wrong. However, 43% of them admit that they prefer to donate to conservation efforts towards animals that they find more cute.
Aww.
Now, obviously, that's a pretty big issue that needs to be addressed, and hopefully you guys came here to figure out how we can address this. The other reasons you may be here are either A, your teacher's making you watch this, or B, you fell asleep with autoplay on and somehow you ended up here. Well, either way, we're all really excited to have you here, and today my crew is happy to teach you guys how to solve conservation bias, along with showing you how to make squirrel houses to help raise awareness for our efforts. Now, all we ask is that you guys smash that like button, and let's get on with the video. Alright everyone, well, let's jump into making this squirrel house. We're going to start off with step 1, cutting the wood. Remember guys, measure once and cut twice. And next, we'll move on to step 2, drilling some holes. There's nothing worse than splitting wood, other than conservation bias, of course.
Easy. When you squeeze it, the faster it goes, so nice and easy.
Alright, well it sounds like we're ready to move on to step 3. We're going to line up our cut and drilled pieces of wood. I don't think I have a joke for this one.
Okay, come here. I'm like. Okay, we can stop it. It doesn't have to be one long video.
Sweet, this thing's really starting to come together. Let's move on to step 4, screwing the whole thing together. I don't think I have a joke again. Screw it. Yeah, baby. Seems like we're ready to move on to step 5. And this is the most fun step. We get to admire our product. And the best part about this one is we get to remember that no matter who we are, we can have an amazing impact on our environment. Alright, and now that we're done building it, it's time to move on to decorating our squirrel house. And as we're decorating it, make sure to remember these 3 things. First, remember to place our QR code to this video so that anyone that walks by and sees this can know the truly great things about eliminating conservation bias. Second, make sure to acknowledge any sponsors that may have helped make your house possible. And third, don't forget to have fun.
As you can see, this is the perfect spot for a squirrel house. The criteria for a squirrel house is that the house is away from traffic and as close to a food source. It's important that the box is placed either east or south to help prevent the house from being hit by winter winds. In South Dakota, our winds normally come from the north. So we want to make sure that we place the house south. It's also important that the trees are close together and on mature trees. It is best that they are placed at least 10 feet high, but it's best if it's 30. This part of Augustana is beautiful and has many trees and food sources all around. According to the IUCN, squirrels are not becoming extinct. However, their habitats are due to forest deforestation. By building squirrel houses here at Augustana, we are providing a safe place for squirrels to reside in and are combating conservation bias.
Peyton mentioned conservation bias is a real issue that we participate in subconsciously every day. Our squirrel house has an intentional odd look about it, so we're hoping people will notice it, check it out, and then ask themselves questions that challenge their inherent biases, such as why would we want a squirrel house? Why can't there just be another bird house? Why do we care what happens to squirrels on our campus? These questions are important as they raise awareness around conservation bias and why we should care for all animals and not just the ones we like. To further raise awareness, we're attaching a QR code to this video on the outside of the house so students can learn more about our project, why it's important, and hopefully start conversations with their friends about our squirrel house and conservation bias. Additionally, by putting Squirrel House on campus, we're creating a space where students can predictably find nature. The goal is to get students outside and invested in the nature on campus so that they care more about our campus environment and eventually the global environment. The first step of sustainability is caring about the environment, so we're trying to do our due diligence to get people outside and experience our campus corner of the global ecosystem.